When you started playing COD Mobile, you might have stolen moves and tricks from a content creator or a pro player. Personally, I stole the majority of my playstyle from BoLu. He was the team captain for Tribe Gaming, the reigning COD Mobile Western World Champion. Now if you read the title, I gotta be honest, I didn't actually watch his videos on 0.25x speed, but I did watch 21 videos of Scrim and ranked gameplay, and here's some tips and tricks that you might find valuable. This one's more about situational awareness. Two players from the enemy team took over top, and as soon as BoLu respawned, instead of pushing blindly to challenge them, he got onto a head glitch, waited for an enemy to overpush, and eliminated him. This allowed them to regain control of the map. In this clip, BoLu chills on a head glitch. As soon as he sees two people, instead of taking a 1v2, he repositions to make it two 1v1s. If that makes sense. Another example of good repositioning by BoLu is he sees his teammate die from an enemy below, and instead of peeking him, he goes prone and preempts the stairs. Note from the previous clip, the enemy knows BoLu likes using this spot, so he slide peeks and faces there, completely unaware of BoLu's position, allowing him to get the kill. BoLu uses alt angles to watch for enemies without leaving the objective. Find these angles in order to be able to pick off enemies without exposing yourself much. In these tight angles, the enemy won't be able to see you unless they get closer, so take advantage of these to win more gunfights. Pro players or sweaty players will always be centered around waist to chest level, so it's smart to use height advantage in a gunfight. You're already looking down ready to fire on them, while they still have to make a split-second adjustment before they can aim at you. Just make sure you finish the kill like what BoLu did right here. Always be head glitching. In COD Mobile, if enemies hit your body with bullets, you die. So what do? Hide your whole body. BoLu has a habit of utilizing every head glitch in the game to have the upper hand in the gunfights he takes. BoLu knows when to fill gaps for his team. While his team plays OBJ and others are watching different lanes in the map, he recognizes the gap and fills them so their defense is solid. In a situation where spawns are important, BoLu doesn't try to run around and hunt for kills. Instead, he patiently waits on a head glitch for enemies to push. As long as his teammates got the other areas covered, he stayed in his current position until the next hill. In the pro scene or in a sweaty rank match, situational awareness is important. Here, BoLu gets hit from behind, and instead of running away, he uses the enemy smoke grenade to his advantage and goes prone for an unusual position. His enemy chases him, but he ends up getting the kill without being damaged further. Something I noticed from watching 21 videos straight is that BoLu likes drop shotting. The only reason why I think it works is that this move is unusual. We are in a strafing meta, so drop shot isn't expected. Add that with the Type 25's vertical kick, so the enemy has to flick down to hit him. BoLu hears the call out from Vague, and he peeks carefully by cutting the pie to eliminate the enemy. Even if you don't have teammates to get callouts from, you can do this if you're solo. Just have your prospective teammate on so you can see exactly where your teammate died. In this clip, it may look like BoLu used his Ultra Instinct, but really, he just knows that once he eliminates an enemy, that will be used as an information for the enemy team. So he pre-aims all the way to the hill. The rest of the clip is just perfect, slide peeking to challenge the enemy, only to miss shots, so he broke line of sight, re-peeked, and ended up getting a double kill. That's actually number 12. In this clip, he does the exact same thing. Missed some shots because of the enemy's movement, breaks line of sight, then re-peeks to get the kill. While it totally looks like BoLu used Tectonic as bait, this is a good example of trigger discipline. He hears two sets of footsteps, stays in a corner, and waits for them to pass by to get the kills while Tectonic gets used as bait. In BoLu's defense though,
I was doing a play tech.
I haven't seen any videos made about this, but here's an unlimited UAV hack. Using the lightning strike score streak, BoLu waits for the ping to see enemy positions, cancels the score streak, and manages to get 2 kills from that information. While it's not totally a hack, it sure is a smart thing to do, as advanced UAV and persistence are banned on their scrim rules. Recognizing when you're at a disadvantage is also important. And here BoLu knows that it will take time for him to respawn if he dies, so he waits for his whole team and uses a smoke grenade to make a push for the objective. This is an example of using Desync to your advantage. BoLu slide peeks to get his first kill, then gets to cover and re-peeks immediately. Desync just means the delay between what you see and what the enemy sees on his screen, and he masterfully plays this to his advantage to clear out the hill. Earlier, we discussed using all angles to peek, and here BoLu slide peeks without exposing his whole body and kills enemies by peeking with an angle. Remember, always have some sort of cover so you can't be seen or hit from other directions. Worrying about your KD isn't that important, but playing for life in order to get streaks can sure help your team to win matches. BoLu knows he is 2 kills away from full streaks, so instead of pushing to the hill, he waits patiently to pick off enemies to get streaks that will surely help the team, like that unlimited UAV we talked about. After watching these videos, I will definitely have smokes as my main tactical equipment. BoLu uses smoke grenades to break line of sight and walk around the edges of the affected area to get closer to the enemy and get the kill. BoLu also tends to use opening power positions, mainly to look over his team while they push towards the objective. If you're more of a passive player, look for your own power positions that you're most effective in. This will open up lanes for your team and give you better map control. Something I still forget to do is walk in respawns. Whether you're using dead silence or not, players can hear your loud footsteps whenever you're running around the map. To catch enemies off guard, if you're certain that an enemy is nearby, stop running, walk around, and be ready for a gunfight. This is something you can apply immediately to force you to practice your flicks in game. Here, BoLu is guarding a spot where enemies can go either way, so instead of committing to one lane, he puts his crosshair right in the center and flicks to whichever lane an enemy appears. This allows him to do faster, shorter, and accurate flicks rather than making longer flicks that can result in slower reaction time. In terms of movement, BoLu keeps it basic. Slide peek, jump peek, sometimes he might slide, then jump peek for a farther hop. That, and he drop shots more often than I expected. But he's still one of the more effective players in the game, so I can argue with that and take him as an example that you don't need the fanciest moves in order to perform well against the best players. That's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments which pro player or content creator do you want me to get tips and tricks from next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.